but I have no way to put it under my desk. It's just too big, which is unfortunate.
We'll just start while I'm Skyping you guys in, setting this up. I'll just start the recording now. Welcome everyone to a very
I think you would call this a disambiguation.
A disambiguate episode of the G&G cast. This is episode 18. I am editing. I'm going straight from a stream to the cast because I didn't actually think we were going to do it today. Or
we don't miss days. All right.
No, you're right. I'm glad.
I don't care how incapacitated I am. I will fucking be here.
Yeah.
Also, my feet are cold, so there's that.
And that's Crouton John, everyone. The somehow not hungover man himself.
Hey.
Also joining us, the man with a full mouth eating BB Bop, Wayne Gregsky.
It's
what's
a
up?
Salad.
Oh, is it a salad?
Salad.
Is that their slogan?
It's a salad.
I was writing that for him. I just never took it on.
Yeah, you nailed that one on the head, but they just didn't want to pick up the slogan. I don't know why.
It
was great.
Commercials would have been great.
JP got his video game that I sent to him, Greg. I was a little bit drunk on Friday, so I sent him The Last of Us Remastered, and I sent it to Justin Big D Pessage.
Oh, yeah, I remember
that. What's that? We're gonna Skype the guys in and get this episode on the road.
Nah, I'm not screaming.
What? Yes, you are. Calling Greg right now. Oh. There's one. Mute yourself on Skype. Greg's eating. Oh my god, his mouth is huge on the stream right now. It just takes up all of Cheese's slot.
Delicious salad.
Normally on this show, guys, we talk about video games. And some other stuff as well. And, you know,
it's a loose requirement.
It's a loose requirement, but we like to talk about video games here. And oh, you don't like talking about video games here? All right.
Whoops.
Yeah, mute yourself on there. All right. Let me get everyone organized real quick. Greg, someone fill time while I'm doing this.
That's some nice Clorox you got there. Clorox.
No, tell them about the show and what we do here at G&G and where they can go to find us while I do this.
We do nothing well, but we do everything okay.
This is welcome to G&G. We like to drink beers and get mad at video games, both of which were egregiously apparent last night when I was streaming.
Yeah, how'd that go?
It went pretty okay, actually.
Like a good salad.
State Farm is there. You guys got bagged a couple of chicken dinners. Thanks for picking up that slack and streaming though. That's awesome.
Dude, I don't know. Like you had just streamed, I was like, dude, fuck it. I just woke
up.
Man. Let's fucking go. Like,
I'm glad you did that. Honestly.
Totally it was fun, man. I had a good time. It was a lot of
fun. But we're streaming on the twitch.tv/Grenades and Goblins about
on the twitch.tv
on that there Twitch.
Nobody's stopping you, man. Go for it.
Yeah, dude, do you, man?
What kind of salad?
We already lit this fucking podcast on fire. Might as well just go all the way with it.
Yeah, just gonna jump in this burning garbage truck.
Yeah. So we're basically set up now. Anyway, you can check us out on twitch.tv/Grenades and Goblins and also youtube.com/Grenades and Goblins. Man, it has been.
Got that link. All the support. We got that link, dude. That's what I was shooting for. That was a milestone.
I know. It felt really good. Now, normally we talk about some video games on here. What have you guys been playing since we last spoke?
The only game I played was PUBG last night. That's it.
PUBG? Same, Greg?
Oh, I've been learning how to play the harmonica.
Do you have it?
Oh, I can play the.
Do you have the harmonica there? Are you gonna try? No,
I can play the part from Piano Man on the harmonica. It's really.
Do you have it with you?
Not with me.
Oh
No.
my
I
god!
can play it though.
Why do you guys mention any of this? Anyway, I've been playing PUBG, of course, and then some Counter-Strike, getting nice and salty because I was watching the CS Summit. By the way, that I signed us up and I got us some of that music, like the chill hop music they were playing.
Yeah.
So now we can use that for YouTube and Twitch if we want.
Dude, that's
You know,
we
with
can
some-
bust the nuts to that music.
Yep,
What the fuck? What?
legally now, really.
What? Tell me in what universe that expression actually works. Like, when is that one appropriate?
Hey, go out there and bust the nut, kids.
All right.
All right,
No, you will never coach my son's basketball team.
Well, there's multiple reasons I'm not coaching your son's basketball team, but that one's probably pretty far down the line.
Fair enough. I'll leave it at that. I'm not touching that one anymore.
See, I thought about tweeting about.
My Buck, you said I can't coach him.
I thought about tweeting the podcast was live.
Oh man, really, Greg?
All right, come on, let's get the show on the road while we're still out on Twitch.
Yeah. Also, I've been playing some
Well, here's
ESO, Elder Scrolls Online again. It's pretty lit. Buck, you should fix your game again so you
My
can
game,
get on and
yeah.
play with us. One of the community members, Blackjack, and I've been doing some questing, and I don't know. There's something I just really like the Elder Scrolls universe, and it's like a robust MMO, but also like easy enough that you can kind of scratch the surface and just get the good bits out of it that you're into if you want, or you can get deep into metagame and do all sorts of different builds and PvP if you wanted to. But for me, I'm just content.
How's the story? Like, I feel like the story's too robust.
They're just a bunch of different quest lines, honestly. But all the if you care to watch through it, a lot of the voice acting is actually really good. Like, they have a good cast. Like the guy who played Dumbledore in the Harry Potter films, he's in the cast. Peter Stormare, who
First Dumbledore or the second Dumbledore?
second. I mean, why would they? How would they have the first one?
Get out of my room.
The first one's dead. All right. Anyway, let me look up some more of this voice cast. It's actually there's some surprising names on there.
Yeah, if the first Dumbledore was on there.
John
Surprising.
Cleese, from Monty Python. Kate Beckinsale.
Oh, the guy. Kate Beckinsale. Wow.
Kate Beckinsale. Alfred Molina, who is Doc Ock from Spider-Man 2.
Molly.
Oh, Kate Beckinsale.
Okay. Yeah, like I said, Peter Stormare, Jim Ward from Wall-E, Jennifer Hale, who did Mass Effect. Kevin Michael Richardson, who is on the Cleveland Show. Malcolm McDowell from A Clockwork Orange. I don't know. There's a lot of just random. I don't know. It's weird how sometimes celebrities will pop up in weird games, like in Dishonored 2. I think it's Dishonored 2. Like Susan Sarandon's randomly in it.
Or like how Tony Gonzalez is in the new Triple X. He just gets his ass.
Is he
beat by
really?
Vin Diesel. Yeah, he just gets his ass beat by Vin Diesel.
That's funny. That's funny. Or how Paul Walker isn't in Fast and Furious anymore. Anyway, moving on.
Yeah, they fucking wrote him out, dude. That's bullshit.
Yeah, that's crazy, man. I can't believe that happened. I wonder why.
I miss him. I've been watching all those movies.
Really, I'm not a Fast and Furious guy. I just don't care.
Yeah,
but
I don't
he's got-
think-
What?
Dude, it's just crazy how far down the rabbit hole a car movie has gone. I feel like
It's just and it's just too crazy.
it makes
the
way.
last one
Really?
was just
Those are the two
fucking
crazy ones?
wild.
Are you kidding me? They
Like-
did
No,
a couple.
fun.
Yeah,
They're just
I mean, it doesn't mean they're not too crazy because I mean a couple.
Crazy can be fun, but I don't think that those movies should have gone how far they've gone.
No,
Man, $4
Like, it
billion.
was cool. It was cool to just leave it at oh yeah, they're like street racers, and then they do this.
yeah,
stuff
weren't they
for the
going from
government,
weren't they going from skyscraper to skyscraper, driving through the buildings at
Yeah.
one point? Yeah.
yeah.
But they do that. That's so
Where?
fast.
Where? But
It's
where?
Fast
Where?
and Furious.
Yeah, I'm done with this. I'm done. That's so dumb. The movies are stupid. They're dumb. They're dumb.
What?
Empirically.
You just
Dumb.
gotta spit on Paul Walker's grave.
What was that?
You know,
He was pantomiming spitting on Paul
Yeah,
Walker's
yeah.
grave.
I
Honest,
actually kind of spit that time. Fuck.
Spit out some of your salad. A little bit of your salad coming out there.
That BB
Yeah, I
Bop
got
salad.
some cal on my teeth that I was actually hoping to get out on that spit. Didn't do it.
You want me to check you? You're good. Yeah, you're good.
Yeah. All right, let's soldier onward here on this podcast. So, if you guys have just been playing PUBG, the new update.
I've been playing a lot of Hearthstone.
Oh yeah, Hearthstone. All right. Well, how are you feel? Let's start with PUBG at least. They just came out with the update that like highlights. First of all, last episode, Subliminal Cheese. The one that was least confident in his answer was the one who was most right, and they put
I can't believe you got that.
They put a vector into the game, and Greg was right as well. Like talking about a gun that could bridge the gap between pistol and like something close range that bridges the gap, and the vector does that.
Crossbow.
Yeah, and the crossbow came back again.
Almost felt like they had to add an SMG that took 45 ACP, otherwise the ammo was just
all it went into is one pistol and a Tommy gun, I think. That's all.
Tommy gun that you randomly get from a crate that you have to go out and actively seek.
Yeah, so I mean it's a positive addition from multiple perspectives, and then also loot highlights now. Some people are happy, some people are unhappy. I'm quite frankly.
They said they're changing it back, right?
Are they really?
Yeah, they're rolling it back.
Wow,
So
really? That many people are pissed?
Yeah, they said they didn't know it was. Well, they said it was unintentional. They said they didn't know why it changed, but they were going to roll it back. Like they're going to figure it out and move it back to how it was before.
They're taking away the yellow loot?
I like the yellow.
That was intentional. I thought that was in the patch notes.
No, the loot, the way
the lesser loot.
The way the loot is displaced,
distributed.
Dispersed, yeah.
Yeah.
The way the loot
oh, okay. I know what you're talking. Yeah, because the other day, Greg, myself, was it you? Was it the three of us that were playing the other day and we couldn't find shit? No, it was Jono, dude. It was Jono. Yeah, we could not we killed everyone in Pachinki in squads, and no one else was in there, and then cleared every single building, and we were hardly kidded in Pachinki of all the places.
Yeah,
like we were running around with umps and stuff.
Sorry, I misspoke.
Yeah.
They fixed it though, I think, because we did really well last night. We got AR suppressors every round.
Man, the suppressors are pretty OP, but also really awesome. That game's great. Cool. That game's great. But I don't want to rest on that for too long because we've talked about it every week since it's come out.
Every single week.
Greg, how's Hearthstone? How's the meta shaking out?
It's fine, dude. I don't know. I don't play it enough to like enough games in a row. I just kind of queue up 4 or 5 games and then I don't know.
I don't queue enough in a row. I play 4 or 5 games in a row.
Well, that's over an hour, isn't it?
Sometimes. When I used to hit Legend, I used to queue about 40 games a day.
Yeah.
Damn. I wish CS was that short because I would probably queue that many.
I queued.
You have to because
assault would creep in way too fast.
Yeah.
Well, it's kind of like queuing 5 games of CS:GO in a day, right? Except in CS:GO, right? If you win 4 games, you can correct me if I'm wrong here. Your chances of going up a decent amount are a little bit smaller, perhaps.
Yeah.
In Hearthstone, right? There's instant gratification from a win. You see the star, you get the star. You hit a win streak, you get the win streak. Or if you're in Legend, you see yourself climb up into the top, 1,000, top 100. So when you're queuing 40 games in a night, you get the instant reward out of it.
Yeah.
Plus, you kind of need to play all those games to dilute the variance and to get used to playing and get your mind right to play. So.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
Get used to the deck if you haven't played it before, with Ungoro new cards. You gotta know how every single card in your deck is supposed to work.
Yeah, you've got to sit there and kind of work at it sometimes.
Yeah, you just gotta sit there and I don't know. I've had games where I'll sit there for 10 minutes after the game and just think about it, and maybe
you
replay
it? Yeah, you replay it in your head, and you're
and figure out what turn I lost on, what card I just played.
I do that with CS sometimes where I'm playing. I'm like, man, I shouldn't have done that there. I'll go back and sorry about my mic. You can go back and watch your game again. So sometimes I'll go back and watch my game and be I fucked up there because I should not have wide peeked there. Or, I just didn't flash. I just walked out in the open and got destroyed because I'm an idiot. So,
yeah.
But they need to improve that system.
Do you get fucked by your card draw ever in that game?
Yeah, I
You
mean,
can.
sure.
Yeah, there's
Like
it's always
your
a
own
chance.
deck that you built, like you get fucked over because you draw like all your high level
Yeah.
shit right at the beginning, and you're like, oh fuck, now I can't play anything.
Yeah, like
Yeah,
yeah. So you draw
how do
your
you manage
cards.
that mid game, you know, like how do you make it work? How do you bridge the gap so you can play your powerful shit and make the swing? And like you got to plan like
I just feel like that's I don't know. Maybe it's just because I like playing games that are like even. That's more. I don't know because I just feel like the RNG of it is just kind of fucks you out of your skill, right?
I mean, that's pretty much every
Does
game.
that make
though, right?
sense? No, like I feel like in
PUBG you land in Pachinki, there's nothing. You're just fine.
well, yeah, that's not
Bounce
that's
in the right
not
house.
well, that's not like a
CS:GO,
like a
they're sprayed.
competitive
They're
thing.
sprayed and that goes through the wood. Yours doesn't. Like,
Yeah, think it, like literally
like,
people.
There's little shit that happens in every game that you can blame RNG for.
I
Yeah,
guess,
people in Counter Strike literally created the verb CS:GO'd for the bullshit that happens in that game.
Yeah, like
To
you
be
get
fair.
like a random grenade that bounces off of some like invisible barrier and it just kills you, or like flashes you when it shouldn't, or like your flash gets stuck in between like a wall, like at the base of a wall. You know, like there's like little shit that I mean, granted, Hearthstone has higher levels of it, right? Like how.
It's
I
just
think
card
it-
games, you
like,
know.
I feel like that
and,
RNG
like,
is baked into the game though. Like whereas like in CS it's just
it
like
is, but it's
shitty.
It is, but like there's like management of it, right? Like if you have a card that says like you shoot 1 damage 3 times and it's a random target, well, you can use like your stuff on the board to make effective probability scenarios where
Yeah.
those 3 damages are best applied.
Yeah, like
yeah, okay.
you can trade into like different creatures maybe to get a couple of them down to 1 health. So if any of those hit, boom, you're clearing stuff. I mean, any card game in general is going to have some RNG. Like anything can happen.
Granted, it's going to have a lot of RNG, like right, because it is baked into the game. But like that's some of the skill in it is managing it. Now there's some cards that like are just stupid, right? Like it's just too much. Like fuck it, you know, and that sucks. But,
yeah.
Like, high level players, like I think I set it around like I'd have to check my track about that like keeps all my stats, but I think my all time win rate is like 58 or 59%, and pros are at like 65, 66 on ladder. So for me to get that 7% would be absolutely disgusting how much time I'd have to spend practicing the game.
Yeah.
I just feel like like the situation I'm thinking of in my mind is like just imagining myself playing Hearthstone at like a huge tournament, and like I'm like it's the last game. It's like to take it all. Like it's like first or second place decider, and like you have like a shitty card draw for your game. Like I don't know, they do like best of 3s or something. Like
best of 7.
I just feel like what if you have like 4 shitty card draws in that best of 7? Then you're fucked. Like you get fucked out of winning, and it has nothing to do with how good you did.
Well, the thing is also
why are you bringing decks that have that much variance in draw density?
Yeah.
Right? That's part of the game.
And also you have like a mulligan at the beginning of the game, so there's like specific stuff you're trying to draw for. So if you mulligan, like sure you get fucked, but the probability of that happening 4 out of 7 times probably isn't that high. If you're coming in with decks that you're good with, like there should be multiple different sets of like hands that you could see that would put you in a good position to start.
Can you guys hear that music?
No.
Okay.
You might have a tab open or something.
No. It's Will. He's fucking jamming out in there.
Oh, okay. Fair enough.
Fucking going crazy.
The way I've been approaching Hearthstone lately is like, I'll just play on the toilet, or I'll play 1 or 2 games while I'm like cooking food or waiting for something in the microwave. And I think that's just how I'm going to continue to approach it for now.
Yeah. Like for instance, this season, which I haven't looked at my stats that much, but if I had, I'd be playing Hunter because right now I have an 84% win rate over 50 games with it.
Yeah.
Disgusting. I need to stop playing this game. Holy shit.
I actually recently stopped playing Counter-Strike. Like I played 1 game in the last month with Brett.
Yeah.
That's it.
It didn't go well.
Over 3,500 track games, I have a 58.9% win rate.
It's pretty good.
I should be a pro.
What site is that you're using?
Trackobot.com.
Oh, okay. Cool.
It's awesome. It keeps all your stats.
Huh.
You can see how you do with different decks versus different matchups. And like it just goes down to like an analytics based game at that point. Like you just try to predict matchups.
Yeah.
And like counter pick. Actually, there's a really cool tournament that's that DreamHack Austin. I think that's next weekend. That should be fun to watch. This weekend. Yeah. This weekend.
You're this weekend.
Got him.
You're the Weeknd.
I thought about that before, and I realized that me and him have never been in the same place at the same time.
Ew.
I'm not saying that I have.
Oh, the Weeknd?
There's
Dude, I just bought your record last weekend.
I've never seen him on this podcast, and I'm just throwing that out there.
Yeah, so I mean, jury's
what a weird podcast that would be if we got the Weeknd on here. We just talked about all the normal stuff we did.
No,
so how's Daft Punk? What kind of games do you like? I don't even know what his voice sounds like. I just tried to default to a Michael Jackson voice. I don't know. Yeah. It's like, all right, that's pretty weird, but okay.
About diddling kids.
No.
Oh my god.
Damn it, dude.
Damn it, Weeknd. Why do you have to do that? Why do you have to use your Michael Jackson voice?
All right, let's go into the show. Buck, do you have anything you want to talk about today?
We rolling into the show.
Yeah, we're just rumbling.
Yeah. So last night when we were streaming, one of my buddies popped in and he asked Greg what his superpower would be if he could have a superpower.
Okay.
And I think we finally settled on Greg would be Paul Walker. He would raise Paul Walker back from the dead. That would be a superpower.
Was that what happened? Seriously?
I would disembody Paul Walker. Yeah.
Yeah, and then after he raised Paul Walker back from the dead, he would possess Paul Walker's body.
Well, no, I would just be Paul Walker. Well, not the
Would you be role playing him or what?
No,
or
he would be him. Like actually
well,
be him. Right?
So what happens to Greg then in that instance?
He's also Paul Walker.
So there are two Paul Walkers now?
No, just one.
Is it like a fusion like in Dragon Ball Z?
It's like an alias. Like my alias would be
Greg aka Paul.
It's like Mad-Eyed Moody when he's actually like
the Polyjuice
guy.
potion.
Yeah. So I'd be Greg Toplitsky that looks like Paul Walker and can drive cars really well, unless his buddy's driving him.
All right. Oh, dude, man, that's so dark.
We crawl, we dust out the cobwebs on this podcast.
Yeah.
We fucking go for it.
Yeah. So is the topic just like what your superpower would be? I don't.
Yeah, that's what I was getting at. Yeah.
Okay.
What's gonna be your superpower?
Should we just decide for everyone? Well, what would Buck's be, Greg?
Oh yeah, decide for me. Yeah,
Yeah,
we'll do
right,
that. Decide
right.
for me. Yeah.
Ooh.
Does that mean I'm not Paul Walker anymore?
No, you are, because we decided for you that you're Paul Walker.
Yeah.
Don't worry, we wouldn't take that from you.
Buck's superpower?
Yeah.
Damn.
He would have like cooling powers, but only related to like server issues. Like all he could do is cool servers with his superpower.
like Superman's like ice breath.
Yeah, but it would only work on servers.
It only works in server rooms.
Yeah.
So it's like, and then, like, cools everything.
Yeah, and no one believes you. Like it works.
Superpowers
Seriously, dude, I did it.
Buck's superpowers is you just have to go ask anyone over 65. Just ask them what a hacker is, and that's what Buck's superpower is.
What tell it?
Whatever they think a hacker is.
Yeah, whatever they think it does.
Ask anybody. Ask fucking anybody, and whatever they say a hacker is, that's his superpower.
Yeah, I guess that means I'm probably Russian then.
That means you're probably like looking at people's taxes.
I don't know, man. I'm just saying.
I'm like a Chinese or Russian hacker. That's my superpower.
You've got like 7 keyboards.
Yeah.
I always love them.
Did you ever watch that video of like it's like NCIX or no, not NCIX, NCIS? Yeah, where it's like the double hacking. Or
NCIX. Yeah, he's like, let me help you, and they're both like,
I want to look that up really quick and show it to.
No way.
Yeah, it's pretty fucking funny.
Or like in Live Free and Die Hard when Justin Long's the hacker and he's got his rollout keyboard that he brings everywhere and he's like just plugs it into fucking anything and he's just like, oh, this keyboard just works with every fucking thing that doesn't even have a USB drive. He like plugs it into like a person once and it like rewrites their DNA. This guy's a fucking hacker. And that's
holy shit. Seriously, this is required watching now. You have to watch this video.
It's
fucking hilarious.
The other one I think is funny when they take
I'll post it in chat too. Hold up.
They take a montage of like all the enhance situations. They're like, wait, stop it. Zoom in there. Clean it up. There he is in the reflection of the glass. Like that kind of shit.
Yeah.
Like where they take all the like grainy footage.
They like zoomed into this person's eye from like a CCTV camera.
And it's all as a reflection. That was
insane.
That was in CSI, and that's how they like got the criminal, because they got the reflection of an eye in a CCTV camera.
Proof. Yeah, that was their proof.
Now
That's all they needed.
I just imagine that in the court of law. Then there's like, if you look at this reflection, they're like, dude, what the? Go away, get out, dismissed, got off.
You're done.
Yeah.
Greg, are you watching the video?
I think he is.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
Dude, that hacker's Guam was like over 9,000, dude. He was pumping out those lines. The fuck?
Dude, that's almost got 3 million views. Oh my god, dude.
They fucking are both typing on the same keyboard.
Well, not only that, but they're like, this hacker's too good, look at his code, you know?
And the one guy just comes in with a soda, and the other dude's eating a sandwich. Good times. Good times, everyone.
Hey, what are you guys doing?
Yeah.
That's fucking.
We can only afford one
That-
keyboard for our hackers.
Dude, that would be my superpower. I'd be the sandwich guy behind every hacker. So what you doing? Got myself another sandwich.
What are you nerds fucking typing on?
Yeah. Where do you keep getting those sandwiches, August?
Coming this summer. Man with the sandwich.
Yeah. Yo, this one doesn't have enough mayo, guys. What would my superpower be?
It's not man with the sandwich?
I mean, it could be.
I'm kind of disappointed if it's not man with the sandwich.
All right, I could be man with the sandwich.
You want to do man with manwiches? How about that?
No, I don't like manwiches though.
manwich.
I don't like manwiches. That's gross. The
You don't like
manwich.
manwiches, dude?
The manwich.
What about like a spam witch?
All right, yeah, I could get down with that.
Yeah,
I
I
could
don't
get
think
down with
I'm-
that. Dude, it's just salted
not
ham. It's amazing. Don't talk shit.
I'm not talking shit, but it's got to be fried. That's all I'm saying. Like if it's
Yeah.
not fried, I don't fuck with that.
All right, yeah, I
I've
can get.
never had spam before in my life.
Yeah, it's
You're missing out, dude.
you can slice it thin like bacon
Actually, have you guys ever seen
It's great.
the Ringer?
with Johnny
With,
Knoxville.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
You know the
may
guy-
have watched
the-
it.
You know the guy's like, he's like,
I'll add it to my
name
list.
any movie. He's like, Jaws. Yeah, seen it. That's August. Video games.
Yeah, with video games, like yeah, I played it. It's like totally.
Yeah, like you ever play Oblivion? Yeah, played it.
Yeah.
7 out of 10.
It's like, yeah,
Played it.
played it. Even if I didn't, just like 6 out of 10. Played it.
He just has he has like the game score, like the Metacritic score of every video game. memorized in
Ooh,
his head.
yeah, I would be the Metacritic. That would be.
Hey,
That would be awesome.
Hey, I'm at GameStop. Should I buy it?
6.8 out of 10. Yeah. Click. Just
No,
like.
no.
Oh man.
I can't believe you bought that. I can't believe you waste your money. I'm fucking done. I
Yeah.
can't fucking deal with you.
I can't do it, man. It's just like Metacritic. We need your help saving the world. 6.8. I saw it. Not worth it. Like, really shitty world. Really shitty world we're in.
The embodiment.
Yeah.
You're the embodiment of a fucking website. That's your fucking super.
Dude, but I'm like a not one of those 90s websites that has like the rainbow text on it, like in all the fucking
Yeah.
wingdings and shit.
GeoCities.
Yeah,
Actually,
GeoCities
it's-
website.
It's always in slideshows, so sometimes you're just like, freaking out, pressing buttons, like 8.7.
Yeah, where I just it's like, what happened to him? He's frozen.
He's got a problem.
He got disconnected from the
Get the
Wi-Fi.
hacker, get the hacker.
And then I'd start double hacking you, Greg and I. We plug in a USB.
Can I
keyboard
I'm
and we're just-
driving is Paul Walker.
Could I travel through Wi-Fi? As an internet web page?
No, that's too cool.
Only time.
Oh, it's too cool. God damn it.
Oh no.
Oh.
Only AOL. Only A.
Oh, speed. What was it called?
What? What?
What did you say?
The words.
Dude,
Only
I think
through Netscape. That's the only thing you can go through.
Netscape.
I think I need to burn this recording. Greg, what did you want to talk about today? You had
Okay.
something you said you wanted to
Well,
talk about.
Against what we said earlier, this does relate a little bit to PUBG, but it's more about games in general.
Okay.
Does Steam have a responsibility to denote when a game is still in early access, what early access is, and clearly define what we're paying for when we buy an early access game? And is there an expectation that needs to be communicated with what the difference between your early access and your full release is? Because like a lot of games, like PlayerUnknown, for instance, that shit could be never leave early access. And that's a fucking issue, that they're selling an unreleased product and you expect more than what you initially obtain out of it because it's early access? And when does a company, when they're selling a game for $30 in early access, should they be held accountable by Steam to have their full published titles, competencies released? Like, or is it just okay for them just to release shit in early access continuously and never have set expectations for the final product?
Yeah. My like the analogy I would draw there is imagine like going to like where they manufacture like Teslas, like the factory, and going like, yeah, I'm gonna buy a Tesla. I know it's not built yet. Or like you're buying like the new Tesla. You're like, yeah, I know they're not built yet. I'm gonna go ahead and buy it now. And whenever you guys are finished building it, send it to me. And it's like they keep having production delays, or like they can't source the parts or something.
But they keep showing you cool shit like as they're going with
exactly. Yeah, that's the analogy I would draw, and I just don't think that that's very fair. I think you have to set out like I think that Steam should further iron out what early access is by having developers set a hard timeline where if they don't hit that deadline, like with
you
DayZ,
get refunds.
They said when DayZ came out it was going to be done in like a year or whatever.
It's been over 3 now.
They've just been pushing it back and back and back. I feel like they should have repercussions built into Steam Early Access, where if the developer doesn't hit the timeline that they say they're going to hit, you need to be able to, 1, refund your money for the game, and 2, I feel like that they shouldn't be able to publish games in early access.
Shouldn't be able to sell any more copies of it, at least. Something like that.
It needs to be removed from the market or something. That's not fair.
Yeah,
until it's finished, they need to remove it from the market, because there's no incentive to finish the game after you have everyone's money.
Right.
Like PUBG how much did PUBG make? They sold like 1 million copies at $30. That's fucking $30 million.
Yeah, give me the final fucking product soon.
I understand development. Yeah, I understand development takes a long time, and there's a whole like cycle for that.
But how much more you need to have it for it to be full access, like whatever you want to call it, a finished product? Like, how far away are we for a finalized product? Like,
and what does it look like? And what does it look like? What is the final product?
If this is early access, and the full access game, if this is like your early like fucking alpha of it or whatever, I expect like a fucking another map or like a bunch of biomes or like 10 more guns. Like, what are you setting for me to expect out of the game when it's not in early access?
I feel like PUBG is the wrong one to get your vitriol at, because they've been very.
I understand. It's just
like the sacrificial lamb or whatever.
Right. It's I mean, obviously there's the obvious answer of No Man's Sky being an early access game.
Should have been.
Or how about even like golf with friends, right? Or whatever the fuck they have to call now. With your friends, you golf. I don't know what they call it.
Golf with your friends.
Shooting balls with your acquaintances.
That game is still early access. And what the fuck else are they going to do with it? They'll even make more courses, and I don't even think they're supporting that anymore, but it's still considered early access. And that leaves the impression on me as a consumer that when I bought the game, there was more content coming, and a lot more of it, because it was early access, and I was helping them by giving them money for an unfinished product with the assumption that that would help make the finished product better and come sooner. So
you just actually made me think of the other side of it. So you think about you're into investing and stuff, like the stock market. Think about it like that. Like, you're investing in making this product, and if they don't deliver or whatever, like you don't get to go to the stock market and be like, hey, like, you didn't fucking product suck dicks, like, give me my money back.
Nothing. You get nothing.
So maybe is that a legitimate?
That's what I'm saying. It's unfair to the consumer. Yeah. It's completely unfair to the consumer.
Well, so is the stock market if you make shitty investments.
Whoa! But you're paying money for the finished product when you buy the game.
No, you're not.
You're buying it in early access.
You're banking on it. They'll make a finished.
When they get to their finished product, is going to charge you another $30. I doubt it.
I know, but you're not buying it. You're buying it on the. I don't know. This is hard. It's hard to put into words, I guess.
You're buying it on like.
I guess you're buying on a promise, but when you put your money down, it's similar in sense to, like, let's say if you're, I guess early access I would compare to fucking penny stocks, because like let's say you hit one in a blue moon and that it's awesome, like you made money on it, but like 90% of them are gonna fail, so like you're taking that risk by investing it all in early access. But Like, I'm not sitting here just defending early access titles because the majority of them that don't hit, like, to be fair, Golf with Friends has been coming out with some more maps and stuff. It seems like their servers are getting better. That's fine. But I think for me to get to the root of the question where you're talking about what Steam has to do, I think if they're going to release something in early access and come out, I think you're right in the sense, I forget which one of you said it, like, yeah, you need to set a deadline. Like, this, like,
this should be competencies of what your full game looks like.
Yeah.
Like,
so
you should have, like, goals. Like, if PUBG's was, hey, we're going to get server stability at, like, whatever percentage mark they want to set as a KPI. And, like, hey, like, we're gonna have like 3 different biomes. Like, we're going to have rain, snow, and regular, maybe a nighttime one. And we're going to add 5 new guns on the core set that we already have. And that's when we're done with early access. Boom, done.
Yeah,
you know?
like, just for example, like, what do you guys know what their final product, what they are setting out to do?
That's
do
what
you
I'm
guys
saying.
know?
It could just be early access for fucking ever.
I don't know. I haven't looked into it, like what it actually is. I don't know if anyone can say.
They haven't announced. They haven't been totally transparent with what they want to do. So I feel like they just have no incentive at this point to even push it out into full access. Like,
right, because then there's an expectation.
Game, right? It's an unfair business practice. I will say that.
And you guys are comparing it to stocks, which I understand the comparison, but I think it's a little bit misguided in the sense that even if a stock were to plummet, it still retains value. Where you sink money in this, and the only value you get is what they give you.
That's true.
And it has nothing to do with you investing and giving them money because they have no incentive.
That's why I was saying penny stocks, because if it tanks, it's just gone. Like, that's just money. That's just sunk cost.
Actually, they still actually kind of retain value. I mean, they're not literally a penny. They're more like 80 cents, and they can fall to like 20. But like, or they could bottom out, and the company could default. But
yeah.
At the same point, that is not the point of early access. That is a known risk. Where in early access, you are not told by the developer that, hey, this game will never come out.
I'm pretty sure that PlayerUnknown said they're shooting for a full release this fall, as far as PUBG goes. Okay. But I'm talking about, like, the more egregious ones, like DayZ. Like, I think they should, like, you have to set, like what is a realistic goal for your company to put this game out,
and like,
give yourself a time limit,
expectation.
Yeah. And if you don't hit this, people get their money back, or like we freeze you out of the store, and it's just
they
over.
have an option. I'd feel better about it if people get an option to take their money back.
I would feel,
because obviously you're gonna have like the fans of the game that obviously don't want them to just like get kicked out of the game, like fuck you, like, you know, or whatever.
Right.
Yeah, it's a hard decision to make, because then also if you give the option for money to come back, who shoulders that cost? Because what if the company already like spent that shit like on?
Well, that fucking sucks.
You know what? Then they're done making games.
Yeah.
If you're gonna sell false promises to your consumer base, Steam has.
Yeah, I know, but I'm saying that I'm just saying that screws Steam over too. Then, because like in their messaging, they're saying if there's a money back thing, and the company can't pay you, like that's going to be a problem for Steam.
It'll be a class action lawsuit against the company, not against Steam. Steam's just a medium. Like, if Steam makes their developers sign off on that when they go to early access, that
I know,
expectation that a released product comes out.
I'm just saying that people are idiots, and they're still going to blame Steam. And
right,
Steam's in the business of not looking stupid. Like they don't give a fuck.
I don't know,
man. They develop competition.
Steam develops CS, or Valve develops.
I mean, I think we're all on the same page. It's just like a difference of what they actually need to do.
It's all it's a semantic game, I feel like, at this point. But I definitely seriously think there needs to be absolute, very real repercussions to companies who don't deliver. That needs to happen. I want my fucking money back from DayZ. I don't have it installed. I never fucking play it. I want my fucking money back. Fuck you, DayZ.
Yeah,
that's all I have to say.
And it's just super, super disheartening to like try to help out other companies when you have this marketplace where you have games like DayZ get all of this initial funding from us, the people who, you know, aren't spending it. Like, we might spend a decent amount of money on video games, but like our percentage of spending money on video games is like a decent part of our like earnings on a month. And if I can only buy so many video games and I want to like support like creators, it really fucking burns you when you have games like DayZ and a bunch of other early accesses that like fuck you over, and it like kind of dilutes my trust in buying an early access game. And I think that there like needs to be some sort of dynamic shift where like we are allowed to have expectations as consumers. Like, I want to be able to expect something out of something I buy, and
well, you have to be able to buy a product in good faith. Like, you have to be able to buy that in good faith and have that expectation of like, yes, this is at least what they're setting out to do, and they have this deadline, and they want to finish the game and be done with it by this time. And if they don't finish that, you need the option to be like, hey, fuck you, give me my fucking money back because I bought a product that you still haven't finished.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
I mean, that's how construction jobs work. They fucking bid on construction jobs, and you have all your contracting companies put in bids and like, yeah, we'll get it done by this deadline for this much money.
And they're bonded to it too.
Yeah, and if they don't make it, you get to fucking fire them and fucking get a portion of your money back and blah, 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 and all this other stuff that's all in contracts or whatever. Right. But that's there, and that's very real, and that has been established for many years. We're just now on the cusp of this early access thing, and those details need to be fucking ironed out because it's pissing me off. It really is fucking making me mad. I'm very upset about it. I didn't even want to buy PUBG because I was like, okay, bought DayZ, bought H1, now it's fucking PUBG. And everybody's fucking playing it. Like, how long is this gonna last? I tried to fucking wait it out for at least a couple weeks, and like, everybody was still playing it. So I was like, I guess I'm gonna buy it because everybody's playing it now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But like, I'm not gonna get that time and that money back from DayZ ever. I will never see that money back, and I will never get my time back. And that is insanely frustrating to me as a consumer and as a human being. I think that is just, it's unfair, and I would like to. Shit, dude, I feel like you could fucking like sue them or some shit, right? Because they actually seriously 100% sold me a lie. They lied 100%, and they sold it to me.
And again, to go back to the stock thing, we're by buying these games, we're paying their salary, but we have no way to get out of it. We have no fucking way to get out of it. And it sucks that we're supporting them to such that as consumers, we're the only way they have to make money. Yet they're allowed to be so disingenuous to us, and we have no power in this situation whatsoever. And we have no authority that it's going to ever be a finished product other than utmost good faith, which is clearly bullshit.
Yeah, obviously. I mean, it's been rehearsed and been evident for many times over at this point. And that's just like, DayZ's just like the sacrificial lamb. Like, you think about other early access games that I haven't even bought. Like, I haven't even bought them. But there's consumers out there that are in the same shoes that we're in with other games.
What about,
there's no telling how egregious this false promising market is. Like, it blows my mind. Like, there's no way to know what extent how bad it is.
I don't know. Go ahead.
Go ahead. Actually.
I don't know. I'm not as pissed as you guys are because most of that stuff, like every time I go to look at DayZ, I'm just like, nah. Like, I'm not going to. I know enough about it. So it's just about kind of like making informed decisions. Like, I saw enough of Battlegrounds. I was like, I think I'm gonna play this. And you've got 2 hours on Steam to play, or 2 weeks or whatever. And for me, like, if I was going to buy an early access title, I would be very aware of that. And just, if in the first hour it didn't grab me, I'd be like, fuck this, return it. Some of that stuff, obviously, you can't foresee. Like, the bottom could drop out on this PUBG stuff at any moment where they just stop hitting those updates. But for now, they've been hitting those updates, so I've been very pleased. Like, anything, like, they've listened to their community.
How fair is the 2 hour, 2 week requirement? And that's not very fair.
I know, that's a very vague thing that also should probably be fixed at some point, or they should figure out what.
Well, I think it would be fixed by having the developer set a hard timeline on when the game should be finished. And if should be able to refund.
Yeah, that's also just with the nature of game development, though. I don't know. It's just depends. I get, like, it's a case to case basis. It's hard to set a sweeping rule on it, just on the nature of early access games and like what they are and like what am I trying to say here? I don't know, like, because you're right, like, you should be able to refund, and that was what Steam is trying to do with the 2 hour thing. It's like a weird, innocuous, like, number. Yeah. Obviously, like, sometimes you're not going to see it.
Hours on No Man's Sky, like, fuck me, right?
Yeah, I left the game up and went to work for a 12-hour shift, and now I can't fucking return it. I've tried a million times. They won't fucking give me a goddamn money back.
I send it in once a month just to be that guy.
Somebody has to review this. Fuck you. Like, suck my dick.
Well, then, yeah. Also, I guess from a consumer standpoint, you should have every reason to watch streams of it, like check out YouTube videos, find people you trust that have ponied up the money for it, and see what they think about it. I mean, like obviously that's not going to be the be all end all, but like all you can do is make the most informed decision you can. Like I don't buy every early access title, but I don't think I have one yet that I've regretted, mainly because like I know the ones that I've bought, like I'm in on. Like every time I go to look at Ark, like I bought Ark and played it for like 30 to 45 minutes. I was like, nah, and then just returned it, got it back.
And that's another one. Like I don't really, all my friends back in Texas, they're fucking totally about the game. I'm like, I just don't do the whole fucking survival type game thing. Like the only one I would still probably play to this day would be Minecraft. I'd imagine. Yeah. Just because it's like so moddable. And it's actually a fucking finished game.
It's like the best survival game out there. To be fair, like most popular.
Yeah, absolutely.
In the world. But I guess the only one I would say I feel burned on in any way is H1Z1, which the bottom fell out on their development cycle there, like stuff they promised, like extra spectating stuff. They just kept putting more crates out, and that kind of sucked. But when I look at how much
money grabby,
yeah, it was very money grabby. And then when I look at how much time I spent in the game, it's like I was just like, well, I got my $20 out of it, I guess, which is I guess sort of a defeatist way of looking at it. I wish there was a way to hold them accountable. Like I mean, you look at PUBG. PUBG came out and then they released like spectator modes and stuff. Capitalism lit a fire under their ass finally because their lunch was getting eaten and everyone knew it.
I'm fucking happy about that. Like competition is healthy.
But yeah, I mean, it's a very interesting conundrum that you pose, Greg, and it's like how like so the thing about like extending a longer playtime,
for early access titles.
Would it just be early access only for a return, or are you talking in general? Because I think right now
it's like a AAA game, like there's a different expectation there, right?
Yeah,
so
I guess
those are set as pre-orders. Those are set as pre-orders.
What do you mean?
Which you're allowed to pre-order and get early access to a AAA title.
Oh, I wasn't talking about
early
that.
access AAA title. And those are completely different things, but Steam doesn't really tell you that, but they're completely different in that I believe you can get refunding no matter how many hours you put into pre-order, but early access, after 2 hours, you're fucked.
No, it's just 2 hours, like, period on any game. That's what, like, the thing that's weird
across the board.
The thing that would be weird about, like, extending some of that is there's some games you can beat in 2 hours that are, like, $15 or so. Like, and there were people that were, like, playing those games, beating them, and then returning them. So, I mean, that's just, like, if you extend it further, it just encapsulates more games. It's just, it's, like, a weird thing. But if they added some sort of extra stipulations to early access specifically, like, okay, you have up to 20 hours to play, like, if it's one of those multiplayer games, you've got 20 hours to play this game and see what it's about. And if you don't like it, you can return it like that. Like, maybe that's something I could get into, or, you have the developer, like, they have to set specific goals, like, we're looking for a hard release at this time, and if we don't hit it, like, everyone gets refunded or it gets pulled off the store, and that's it. But the thing that's weird about something like
so it's a full game.
The thing that's weird about pulling off a store, if it's a game in online in nature, you're punishing the user base that already exists there also. So it's like it's a weird double-edged sword. It's got a difficult answer.
On any number of platforms, the servers are independent from Steam. You can buy games that are on Uplay. You can buy those games on Steam. Like, it's totally independent of Steam. I don't understand your.
I guess so, but it's like, what if all of a sudden McDonald's said Coke couldn't sell at McDonald's? Like, think about how much money they lose still. Like, I don't know. It's just like some people don't know about other marketplaces or go to other marketplaces to buy stuff. Like, Steam's just the biggest one.
But that fucking sucks. But you fucked all of Steam's user base, like all the people that wanted fucking their money back and everything. Like, you. I'm
just arguing both sides of the coin. That's all.
No, I hear you. No, I'm not mad at you. I'm just saying, like, that. I just think it's kind of fucked up. Like, you're fucking over all these people on Steam. Like, don't fucking come on our platform.
The thing
that makes sense.
The thing that sucks the most is, like, if they're not hitting their goals and they're not fulfilling their promises, everyone loses. Potential consumers already bought. Like, Steam loses itself just because, like, there's just more and then other developers that actually are like, so, we complained about PUBG, but they're actually, like, I don't know, maybe not doing it
far the best.
Yeah, maybe not doing it right, like, or maybe, but they're doing it better than almost anyone else. Like they've been pretty up to date and upfront about everything. So I don't know, it just hurts everyone. And it sucks.
Yeah, the two things I want to add to it are, this is an old stat. I just looked it up real quick. In 2014, there were 255 games considered early access. 25% of them made it to publish.
Yeah,
and that number's probably gone up on the number of early access and low on the number of published. The other thing,
diluted the finish. Yeah.
Because that was less common, and those producers probably had early access wasn't so easily done. Steam's been pushing for early access. The other thing is, it'd be cool, although it would be like fucking terrible on Steam's end to like have to deal with, if the $30 million that went to PUBG, and they're a terrible example, because they have been doing pretty well with it. If it paid out like an annuity where they lump summed our money, and for every month from the year they go early access to the year they complete, or the month they complete, if it paid out at a percentage to them, and after a certain amount of time, if they don't hit their goals, then that whatever's left over out of that money that pays out like an annuity goes back to the customers who bought it. You get like a $5 refund if it's really deep before they start missing goals.
That's a pretty smart idea. I kind of like that.
I actually like that too.
That's really
the only
intelligent.
thing I was gonna say is, how do you
It sucks for Steam. It's fucking terrible.
Because then you've got all that money. You've got all that money hanging in the air potentially.
Exactly. But that's like the most fair way to do to consumers is like, hey, you want to buy out a DayZ? There you go. Here's 12 of your $40.
The only unfortunate part about that
DayZ missed their competency on server issues. So here, we're giving you guys the leftover money that DayZ wasn't able to claim because they didn't publish or they didn't hit their goals.
Let me break out my Bernie Sanders hat real quick. What about the people that are developing the game? Like, you're going to put them on a month-to-month basis where if they don't hit a deadline.
How are you at work? How's your job work? If you fuck up for 3 straight months, are you getting a paycheck the 4th month? You're getting fired.
Yeah, I mean, it's true, but I mean,
I don't know. The other,
early access.
Well, the thing for me is like, it just depends. Like, I don't know. It's weird to say because some of the developers, there's a thing called crunch where people are literally like away from their fucking like just really bad working conditions. And I worry about like the people that are kind of like down the ladder a bit getting fucked in this deal just because someone in upper management said like, yeah, we can hit this, no problem. So like, yeah, it's easy to say like, how good are you at your job? But like, crunch is like a real fucking thing that is like a concern.
Work on some of these early access games though.
I'm
big teams.
Yeah,
PUBG has a pretty big team
here, so.
No, I know. I'm just saying, like, I just think that, like, I mean, it gets made fun of with Blizzard, but now they are a AAA team. These are small indie companies. It's not like there's like this huge, like, crazy band of like corporate slime. Like, PUBG was a guy making a mod.
Yeah, but he worked with a Korean company called Blue Note that pops up every time. Like, it's a legit company that made like an MMO. Like, there's a lot of people working on it.
That's why you set out realistic expectations of what your early access is, and you have to agree to those terms with Steam. I don't know. There's got to be something on the back end.
And you're right. And just to play the other side, like, whenever those people sign up to work on this game, like those developers, like obviously they're going to sign up knowing like, hey, our game's going early access on Steam, and they know what that means. Like, if you have those rules established on Steam for early access games, they know going into developing the game, like, okay, this is what you can expect. Like, you don't know if you're going to get a fucking paycheck.
If you want to monetize now, like, this is your penalty.
Yeah.
Like, this is your reward and this is your penalty.
There needs to be a price paid for monetizing at the inception level.
What if they weren't allowed to set their price? Also, like, what if they weren't allowed to go over a certain price too?
Evaluates their games.
Yeah, like they get a valuation,
I don't like that. I don't like that.
Or they can't go over a certain amount.
No, maybe
$40 for DayZ.
Is that how much it is?
Yeah.
Pardon me.
Yeah, you're fine.
I think it's tough to assess the value of someone else's art.
Because video games are art. It's hard to put.
I don't think you can evaluate other people's product, but at the same time, like.
But you can though, because if you ask for a refund, then you're all of a sudden evaluating that it's not worth what you paid for it.
No, you're valuing your time.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're evaluating your own money.
You're able to value your own time and put a dollar amount on how much your time is worth, but you're not allowed to say, Like it's very authoritarian to be like, this art sucks. Fuck you. It's only worth $5. Right?
That's not very.
That's not what I'm saying.
Order 1886. Like, how do we continuously avoid games like that from AAA, and how do we avoid getting fucked by those games in
I liked access? I liked the Order 1886.
Right. So
I would have paid $40 for it, but
yeah.
For me, I would be pissed if I paid $60 for that. I'd be mad.
Like,
but then that also comes down to like just watch a review, and they would have told you it was that long and that there was nothing else to do.
Yeah, but there's no review. There are reviews for early access, but those games change. At Order 1866 set, they're not fucking updating it, and they're not going to send you another for different content.
Yeah.
And
early access fucking changes fucking month to month. Like you look at what happened with H1Z1, like it's fucking. They at first it was like they were doing the both the Just Survive and the Battle Royale thing together, and then they had to split it. Like it looks totally different compared to what it was before.
No, you're totally right.
And now Twitch is incentivizing streamers to play games that they can sell off their channel, and all you have to do is put on a fucking happy face and be like, "This shit's great." You're a big enough channel. You sell 50 copies of it, and you make an extra $250.
Yeah.
Shit, if you don't get donations and you don't have enough subs, what a way to make money other than to sell a game for somebody, right?
Or on YouTube, I mean, developers are.
You have to put a hashtag ad, like big fucking whoop. How many people actually look at your fucking descriptions?
You're just like, oh, Summit's live. Click. Like that's it.
Yeah, and you're right. Some of that could be pushed through as disingenuous. I just think, for me personally, like it's a when we were talking, like the same thing we were talking about when we talked about Twitch a couple weeks ago. It's on the consumer and it's on the buyers. Like if you have a problem with like early access games, you don't know, you're not sure if they have the pedigree to come out with like updates, don't buy it. Like don't buy it. Yeah, it's as simple as don't buy. And I think like if that's something you're worried about, like if you buy an early access game, you accrue that risk also, at least in today's market, until we put some more stuff on it. So it's just like don't buy it.
That's my problem, is the market's wrong. It's not early access that's wrong. It's that the market needs to set a standard for it, and the market is Steam. And that's my point, is I think Steam is responsible for the lack of great content coming out of early access games. That it's, you know, like if everyone's getting into the club, why do I want to be there? Like they need a reason for these games to want to be early access, like, or that like to make a competency, to make it like not to be exclusive. Like it's good that developers have a chance to monetize early and like fund their game, but like, man, like there has to be some sort of like,
something's got to give
that you have to pass. Yeah,
it's a give and take with that stuff. And I'm saying that I'm mad.
I want to support these games. I do.
Yeah, I'm mad at I'm mad at Daisy. I guess H1 too. I guess.
But they weren't incentivized.
I'm mad, but what I'm getting at is like, yeah, I'm mad at them. Yes, the onus is on like 100% and like totally on me, right? Like I bought the game, right? And
it's not. I would say it's somewhat on you, but
also pizza and getting a cheese one. Like, you should have.
Well, but I could have
box, but like.
I could have not bought it. Yeah, but I could have not bought it and just waited. Now, like 3 years later, like, okay, I'm glad I didn't buy that, right? Like, that's a consumer thing. Like, I could have waited. Like, I could have waited on the game to see like what happened with the development and the development cycle and where they went with it. But I was like, oh, like this looks cool. Like, I'm gonna buy it. It looks fun. Like, I looked at some videos and I was like, yes, I'm gonna buy it. But now I'm mad about it because of my purchase.
Yeah, well, it's disappointing too, because
that's how the system works right now, right?
Yeah, it's not right.
That, and I don't think that's how it should work. But I like, it's hard. It's a weird position because like I am mad at Daisy, but I really shouldn't be because it is my mistake. But I don't think it should work that way.
Well,
that's what I'm getting.
As it sits right now, I talked about like personal consumer responsibility, and the way the market is, it's only consumer responsibility. Like, oh, if you fucked up, you fucked up. I'm just saying, like, some of that should still be there.
Yeah.
Like, we need to, like, a system should be like, the goal would be to find a system that works that still has like some sort of consumer responsibility, which is what they tried to do with the 2-hour thing. Like, hey, you played it for this long, like you should try and figure out within this time limit if you like it or not. But there needs to also be some sort of onus put on the developers that sell you a dream. It's, you know, it's like the similar thing to like if you're like, you know, I play console games forever. Like watching, let's talk about Watch Dogs. You know, watching the demos of Watch Dogs and stuff when everyone was freaking out about it a couple of years ago, and then when it comes out, cool. like everyone, you know, it got panned. And, I played it and I was like, all right, this is okay, but it's not what they sold us. And that sucks. But then I guess all you can do from that point on is make an informed decision. Now, every time Ubisoft comes out with a game, I'm just like when The Division was coming out, I was like, no way, man. Like, that is not going to be that. Like, and I know that now. Right. So now I guess my take on it is like, whenever I see an early access game, like, I have to be sure. Like, I have to know. And some of that stuff, it was easy for me to hop in on the ground floor with PUBG. But for some people, like, they're still waiting. Like, I need to see more if they're hitting their updates, if they're communicating well with the community, see what's going on, like if they're listening to what everyone's saying. So I guess right now all I can say is be that informed consumer. And when something, if you can avoid it, when something comes out, just wait, just do it, just wait. Because otherwise you could end up in you could end up.
It is hard in today's society.
Yeah,
it is hard to do that. It's hard to wait because we are like a fucking like consumer.
You want to be in the conversation.
I want it.
Yeah, think about us when we're all here. Like we in our communities, we always pressure each other to play games because we want to play games with our friends, obviously. And a lot of the time it works out. So it worked out for us with PUBG.
It's a huge group think.
Yeah, maybe with Elder Scrolls Online it didn't work as much because I bought it for cheese and like you got it, but we haven't played as much, and that happens.
How about GTA, dude? I mean, not
GTA.
Not that GTA is a problem game, but like for us as a community, like we never really played it a ton.
Yeah, I wish we would play more. It's just more game. I played last week. It's still great, but
I think I still have it installed. I think.
But
when you switch to Linux, that's when we kind of dropped off, and we haven't been able to have nights with the four of us.
Yeah, life has just been tumultuous. But I don't know. Like, I'll let you put a bow on it, Greg, because it's your topic. But I'll just say my piece on it. Yeah. Like for now, it's just like, man, I really like. I hope that we can figure something out because I don't think the 2-hour thing's sufficient, but it's a step in a direction, like a proper direction of like, hey, let's figure out if you like it, and then you can get your money back if you don't. Because, for PUBG, that's 2 games. Like, let's say you play one game, you get close to the end, you play the second one, you win. You're like, I don't know, man, that wasn't for me. All of a sudden, you're at, 2 hours, and you're like, oh, fuck, like, I'm over. It's over. That's maybe not the most efficient way to do it. And then inversely, I guess I would say that as a consumer, like you should just like if you can help it, just wait because it sucks. It sucks when a game like DayZ or even a AAA, I guess you could call it
Arma.
AAA. Yeah, Arma's great though. Like that's where PUBG and everything came from. Yeah, Arma's complete as fuck.
Yeah, it's a full game.
Yeah, that's where DayZ and everything came from because it was highly modded.
The mods are what made games.
Well, the most egregious example in like
ever
in game what's the word I'm looking for, in like fully developed quote unquote games is like No Man's Sky. People getting burned by that.
No Man's Sky was early access.
No, it wasn't.
Yes, it was. I swear.
No, it wasn't. It was a fully I got the $60 version on disc sitting on my desk because it was published by Sony and self-published by Hello Games on Steam.
I thought it was a full. We had this discussion.
It fully
last
came
night,
out.
I'm pretty sure it's a full game.
100% fully like
they sold it as a full game.
They sold it as a full game. They've been adding to it. But if it's one of those games that worked in the opposite way, like if they had come out and been like, "Hey, this is early access. It's $30, and we're going to add to it," rather than selling you a dream, it could have worked better. So like, yeah, like their way.
But Sony fucking overinflated their ego and their.
Absolutely. So I guess just to put a bow on what I have to say about this is just find who you trust. Maybe if the Twitch streamer is selling it, maybe don't listen to them as hard or take their opinion into as much account. But find those people you trust or like people in communities that have bought the game and have played it and try and make an informed decision and just watch the updates. I don't know. Greg, what would you say in summation? Wait, you're muted.
Don't be afraid to like test out early access games.
Yeah.
Just make sure that like you're conscious about it. But the thing about early access though is that like that I'll always come back to is that we like as a message to Steam and not the buyer, because you're never wrong. The consumer is never wrong. That's a fucking fact. But we get fucked every time that the developer is. And it's Steam's fucking responsibility when we get fucked because we bought their product that they sponsored and put on their page. So if you have a problem with an early access game, yell at Steam. Don't yell at the developer. It's not the developer's fault. They were told they were allowed to.
Yeah, until someone actually polices them.
The rules are written that Steam said that this game is fucking early access, and Steam doesn't require them to be published or anything like that. Although that they tell you that it's early access and will be essentially.
Yeah,
that's the expectation communicated to me at least, and anybody with like a fair and understanding mindset that sees something that's like early access would assume that it's the predecessor to the product, and if we don't get the product, it's the person that's labeling it as early access and allowing it to happen that's fucking us over. So, in my opinion, it's Steam has to do something about it, and it's not fucking Hello Games or whatever fucking thing. It's Steam.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. And honestly, it's not Valve's first fuck up, and that certainly won't be their last.
No.
But they are the largest, by far, by a long stretch, the largest online distributor of games.
Sure.
And I feel like when you're
the best-selling game's a mod.
When you have that kind of situation or that position in the community, in the marketplace, you need to be that person that sets that expectation, that example for everyone else. Because if you're not being the better man, it's just going to be a trickle down effect, and you're going to have all these other, whoever fucking GOG, fucking.
Yeah, you just hope one of those other, you hope those other marketplaces could step up and figure out something that works well.
If somebody was able to make a online distribution for games that fucking fixed all this shit, I would jump ship so fucking fast. Just like if, in the same vein, like if they people started developing games that worked on Linux, like they've made like some crazy, development that all games now work on Linux, I would fucking jump ship so fucking fast.
Let's table this topic for next week, but I'd love to talk about like what your perfect online marketplace looks like what you can do, like what that looks like to you.
Oh, for games?
Yeah, like for games and stuff.
Or we can do music too, because music is a huge one for me.
Music, movies, whatever.
We could just go to e-commerce in general.
Yeah, that would be totally cool. Okay. But great topic, Greg.
This was tremendous. Yeah, loved it.
And something I also want to talk about next week too, the Twitch affiliates program, which I don't think we've been invited yet, but I see that on our horizon at some point. But I'd like to talk about that and what it possibly means. Twitch has been trying to make some fucking moves lately in regards to them selling stuff, they're not going to sell. Well, they were for a while, which is the thing. Like they were growing, but Amazon has owned them now for what, 2 years? And now they're finally making the moves.
Big. Free sub.
Yeah, but I'm saying that was like the start of it, and that was only like a couple months ago when they've been owned by Amazon for a while. Like it almost felt like they forgot about Twitch, like they were just making money off them.
Not to get
they like bought it, they're like, yeah, it'll be fine.
Yeah.
They had a lot of stabilizing issues, including like censoring a little bit and changing the way their content is distributed. They had to clean house of a lot of that bullshit that wasn't. Like, get rid of some games that they didn't think were possible to have. Get rid of them. There's a lot of streamers that have been banned from Twitch over the last 2 years.
Well, they
have been really fucking.
It's almost been 3 years. They bought it in 2014. So just to say it worked, which is good.
It has been really helpful, or healthy for the platform in general.
Yeah. So Prime, Twitch Prime has been awesome.
A lot less like titty streamers and bullshit like that. Yeah. Than used to. It's like they've been working a lot on like getting the platform on order before they want to like shove it out. Why
don't we? We'll save it.
They're hitting it hard.
We better cut it off. Hard cut.
Yeah, you're right. Great topic, guys. Again, guys, you should check us out on youtube.com/grenades and goblins. I've got to upload last week's up tonight. I meant to do it last night, but then I took sleeping medication, just passed the fuck out because work has been.
You're getting ready to pass out here pretty soon, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm supposed to. I've got to be up at 5. It sucks, man.
I hear you, man.
But I made it through the first day. That was going to be the hardest day, hopefully. But
keep rolling it.
Yeah,
I know the sleep schedule game, dude. I play it every fucking week.
Exactly. And then check out. We're probably gonna be doing some changes to the website soon. Probably switching to a different format, and then trying to flush it out. Flush it out, not flush it out. Well, maybe flush it out and then flush it out after we flushed it.
I'm hoping it'll be more simple in a good way.
Yeah, simple from a design doc standpoint too, so it's easy for us to add stuff that looks good.
If you guys understand how to use markup, like the like posting markup language, you'll be fine.
Yeah,
it's
pretty
really
easy. And yeah, so subscribe to that YouTube channel. Follow us here on Twitch at twitch.tv/grenadesandgoblins. And check out those streams the rest of the week. Tomorrow we got Buck. Wednesday it's me, and then Thursday we got Greg going live. And
who's tonight? Oh, this is tonight.
This is tonight.
Hi, we're here.
Hey, what's up? Yeah.
Is anyone streaming after this?
Actually, we should probably restart. I think Greg just showed up. I think we should restart. Can we
Yeah.
do that all again?
I was in Paul Walker character that whole time. I think earlier.
He just came out of it. He just blacks out and he's like, oh man, I need to go.
Like, oh God.
Anyway, guys, thanks so much for watching episode 18. Man, started off on rocky ground, but we finished up pretty fucking solid there. I gotta say.
I do want to just plug my own shit tomorrow. I'm playing the new Rick and Morty VR game.
Oh
tomorrow.
yeah.
Virtual reality. It's happening. Yeah, I'll do it. I'll do it shirtless, dude.
No, you can't though.
Whatever.
You will get banned.
I think you can. I think they rescinded that.
Did they really? I feel like nipples at all. All right. Well, let's make sure before we do it. But if that's not a rule,
I was joking.
Oh, you're.
I am gonna wear a tank top.
Wear a white t-shirt.
Tiny little baby shorts.
Okay.
It's gonna be
baby
cool.
shorts.
I have them, dude. You want me to put them on?
Right now? Say it. All right. Say it for after stream.
No, I'm kidding. It'll be there tomorrow.
You can find our live chat cams. Buck's live chat cams in VR.
myfreecams.com.
I'm sure we'll find someone. I cannot obviously, but I'm sure we'll find someone in the community that will be. And then Greg, if you're around on Thursday, I can play games with you as well because I don't work late Thursday anymore. Because fuck that.
I'm actually only gonna be streaming 1 to 6. So I'm gonna go watch the NFL draft.
That's fine.
That's fine.
Yeah, I mean I'll be home at 2.
I'm about you having your day, so you do your thing.
Yeah. All right, guys, take it easy. Peace out. Buck, take us out.
I'm gonna give a hearty one this time.
I might be going live on G&G after this. Buck, jump us some PUBG after this.
I'll play. I'm not gonna go live myself. So yeah.
Okay, I'll go live.
Okay.
All right, there we go.
I'm gonna
hang out here.
A nice hearty, dude, for the going out thing. I'm not feeling the whole normal fucking whatever. Whatever.
Who are you dedicating it to?
Oh,
to the developers of DayZ.
Yeah, to the developers of DayZ. Go fuck yourself and dude.
Good night.
I didn't say that.
I thought you were gonna say something. You told me.
Shake it bake, baby. That's Paul Walker style.
Does it depend?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like if it's Gal Gadot, yeah. If it's like.
Does it depend?
Wait, what are we talking about?
Eating butt.
Eating ass.
I feel like it doesn't.
Guys, welcome to episode 17 of the G&G cast. Our first topic today
Crazy.
is eating
totally
ass. No,
does,
I'm just
bro.
kidding. Welcome to the cast. I'm joined as always
Oh my
by
God.